We got brand new crypto-based MMORPGs. Some of them are upcoming. Some of them are event-based, like Lumitera. Some of them are gated, also like Lumitera, gated behind the whitelist. Some of them are out in public right now. We're gonna explore the new tier list for this month. So instead of doing a tier list ranking them from best to worst, with some of them not even out yet, which makes no sense, but we do it sometimes for entertainment's sake. This time, the tier list is going to be ranking them based on their availability. And I think that's perfect because this is not opinion-based, it is fact-based. So if an MMO like Artifact is upcoming, we're gonna put it in the upcoming category. And that's the first game. We're gonna jump right into it. When you say MMO, you're thinking kind of medieval-based fantasy magic, but that's not always the case. Sometimes it looks as crazy as this game, and there's many more where this came from. We got an insane list for you today. Before we jump into it, roll the intro.
Hit that button, don't delay. Respect the mind blow, paving the way. Crypto streams every single day. Join the movement. Come and stay.
So this is the new beta launch trailer for Artifact they have just released a couple weeks ago, and I wanted to show this before showing you any gameplay or telling you much about the game. I have talked about Artifact at some point in the past year, actually, toward the end of last year, but now we're very close to having a launch date because, as they said here, Artifact beta launch is about to happen, then the beta playtest, the creator contest. Why wasn't I invited to the creator contest? As well as their token already being live on OKX, on Bybit, on KuCoin. Very good, overall very good. And they have shared a chart of their coin in the past day. It's gone up. Everything has gone up in the past day. Let's see all time. You wouldn't want to share this one, would you? 76% down? Yeah, that's what happens when you launch on a SEX and you have VC funding behind you. Then the VCs dump on you. Anyway, Artifact should be a fun one. An action-adventure MMO not based on medieval times, but set a little bit in the future. Keep it on your radar. It is up and coming. Next, we have Avalon, also up and coming. Probably one of my most anticipated MMORPGs next to Legend of Ymir, which we'll get into in a second. We got some updates there as well. So interesting to see that they're using the Wax blockchain. We don't mind Wax. We don't hate it. We don't love it. We don't mind it. Wax is fine. But look at some of these screenshots, man. Avalon, oh, it's gonna be a good one. So yeah, this is back in the medieval times, back in the medieval fantasy MMOs kind of games. But at the same time, it has different time periods. Let me show you what I mean. Built in the Unreal Engine 5, it looks juicy. This being a crypto game, I always wanted a proper MMO sort of WoW-like, even New World, like what Amazon games have built. That was a great game. Absolutely love New World. So I'm hoping we get something similar, but crypto-based. All we need is a crypto-based economy. We just need NFT, like what Lumitera does. We need NFT items and we need some sort of earning mechanics, and we're in for a great time. So that's all you need to do. And apart from that, just make the main base game be a proper Web 2 MMO, and then the crypto elements are the items. So that can really work super well. MMOs are just made to be used with the blockchain, in my opinion, and they benefit so much from the blockchain as well. But as the world develops, as the story goes on, we go deeper inside of the matrix and the years go by, and we end up in one of my favorite settings of all time, the cyberpunk universe. So medieval fantasy, cyberpunk futuristics. Can't wait to get my hands on Avalon. Next up, we have Legend of Ymir, also upcoming, and I see we're wasting too much time on some of these games when we don't have too much time for this video. There's a director preview that literally just came out 12 hours ago as of me recording, and we got some new footage to see about Legends of Ymir. Now, this game, I'm so bullish on. It's made by the same people, WeMix, by the same people that made Mir 4, that made Night Crows. So neither Mir 4 nor Night Crows was a perfect MMO, but both of them had elements that were genius. On the official NVIDIA GeForce YouTube channel, Legend of Ymir world premiere using RTX gameplay. So absolutely insane that NVIDIA is featuring one of our games, a crypto game. And this is probably the best looking crypto-based MMORPG being made by WeMix. They can take the good from Night Crows, they can take the good from Mir 4, and they can take out the bad of those two games. Add a little bit of the Legend of Ymir element, something new that they can make on their own, that game in particular, and you have a formula for a perfect crypto-based play-to-earn MMORPG, something we've always wanted. And I'm really hoping and even betting that this is gonna be the one. This is gonna be the big one. Not even to bring the mainstream mainstream masses. I don't even care about that. I just want to have my MMO experience and at the same time have it be on the blockchain. And I think Legend of Ymir is going to be the one to deliver this. Looking at some of this gameplay from the trailer, it just looks so good. I am so hyped and so excited about this game, and I wish we have more information or even more things to talk about here, but that's about it. Other than being hyped, we can slowly but surely move on to the event-based category, where we're gonna put Lumitera, a game that genuinely doesn't need any introduction. We talked about Lumitera so much on the channel before, but I'll show you a little bit of the gameplay here, I guess. Event-based because they have their closed beta tests that don't last indefinitely. The closed beta test 2 now coming up, it's gonna last 3 weeks, and we waited 3 months for it. That's event-based in my opinion. Obviously Lumi being play to earn and also airdrop and also active marketplace. I guess it could also go into the gated category, but then it's not like permanently gated. It's really event-based plus gated. So Lumitera goes here, and I'll try to rush through some of these games that most of you have heard about before. So the upcoming ones, obviously, they're gonna be a little bit less known. They didn't do their marketing push yet. They're not available to play. So I wanted to put a bit of a spotlight on them here. We got Runiverse, which is another Ronin-based game, also event-based. Forgotten Runiverse, a grand fantasy MMO, also event-based. So they're holding the closed betas, the open betas. You can't play it. I think anybody can really play it, but they are event-based. So they're doing sort of similar to Lumitera, but you don't necessarily need a whitelist spot in order to play. So this type of game may not be everybody's cup of tea, because unlike Lumitera, it is more sort of strategic. The battles are a little bit different. They feel different. In Lumitera, you have more freedom, but nevertheless, this game did amazing for not even having any play earn elements or airdrops, only the sort of marketplace mechanics. So it did really well considering this. So they also released this. We have the global early access in Q1 2025, the Forgotten Runiverse. This is when it goes from event-based actually into public. Other than that, they just did a sort of 3D version of the game, so I didn't quite understand how this works. Why did they make this? Is this only for this little playtest they did? I don't know. You could buy one of those 2D avatars and inhabit in this 3D game, so lots of people participated in this. Runiverse, event-based. Next up, we have World Shards, which is gated and not even behind an NFT paywall. It's gated behind a regular paywall. You pay 20 bucks, you get access to the game. This is more or less what it looks like. You can also do a little bit of base building. Always nice to see a little bit of base building in MMOs, making your own little house settle in. As you can see, they're making their forges and everything, but is it worth it considering you have to pay in order to play? Do you make your money back? Now, it does look pretty cool. The whole art style looks pretty cool. I'll give it that. And they are giving away lots of access codes, so not necessarily so you have to buy, but you can also win some of those access codes. So it is powered by Open Loot, and I just checked something. We got the welcome bundle. We have a little bit more available here, and it costs 40 bucks, not 20. So maybe I was wrong. I don't know where I got the 20 bucks from. I thought it's 20 bucks to access the game. We also have the personal access key, which is not for sale at the moment. So we got to get the welcome bundle, and it costs 40 bucks in order to play an early access game. This is a big no-no in Web 2. It's a big no-no in Web 3. So the game can look as good as it wants, asking people that they have to pay in order to experience an early access, and I'm just not a fan of it. That's all. If it's a sort of NFT early access where I'm sure I can make ROI and I want to be early, that's different. But just having this sort of welcome bundle, so I pay for the access, it's so Web 2. Just screams Web 2 in my face, where I used to pay 40 bucks for early access all the time. There's a reason we're not in Web 2 anymore. We want to move away from that space. So there's something I didn't necessarily like about it. If you have an NFT, permanent access to the game, and then also once the game fully launches, you have more benefits with it. That's different. That's a Web 3 approach. I'm behind it. So I hope you see the difference there. There's just my opinion anyway. So that's World Shards, gated. We got Bitmates, which is public, browser-based game, works on Ethereum. I actually bought some of their NFTs. I have a couple of their NFTs, but let's see what's new. What's this arcade thing? They added a couple new things, looks like. So let's just do play. So this one is actually not public, so I do have to pick one of my NFTs in order to play the game. So we'll pick one of my NFTs and we'll put this back to gated, and now we know what the gate actually is. Last time I checked, the NFTs weren't too expensive. Although as far as I can see, I'm not playing with my NFT, I'm just playing with a random character. So whether it is gated or not, it's hard to tell because I did buy the NFTs before even testing this. So for now, the game also doesn't have a full launch or anything like that, but it does have an active community of players who are playing the game. It's a proper MMORPG, you know, you level up your character, you find other players, so it is an MMO. You can do these dungeons, fight bosses, fight mobs together. I got my health, my mana, my stamina up here next to the minimap, and here's some enemies. I got my crossbow that I can shoot at my enemies. Super cool game overall. Come on, little slime. Come on. There we go. Let's see what the guy dropped. Can I pick it up? So we can chop trees, camp by the fire, we can go find mines and find all kinds of different materials, just everything you would expect from an MMO. This is what it looks like, sort of this top-down perspective. I don't see any other players on the map right now. We do have some sort of city-looking buildings and things around the map as well. And on playtouring.com, it does say that NFT is required for the free-to-play. So free-to-play, but NFT is required? Okay. Anyway, it is gated right now. That's where we are. Next up, we have Maple Story, which is public. So it's in the beta, but it's playable. So from the daily check-in to a bunch of other rewards to NFT items and avatars and everything you would expect from a crypto game, if you will, they got it all. And then, honestly, probably most importantly, this is the Maple Story that you have heard about from before. It is the world-famous IP, world-famous Web 2 game, which is now a Web 3 game. And lots of games will benefit from the blockchain. The sooner they see it, the more money they will make, the happier we will be. Maple Story is there. It is live. As it does say it's in the beta, but this fantasy MMO has been live for a while in Web 2. I guess the Web 3 elements are in the beta stages. It is using the Avalanche blockchain. We love Avalanche. And while we don't have too much time, we'd love to talk about Maple Story more. This is your favorite gamer's favorite game. Most of the time, Maple Story is huge, and I would suggest you check it out. It's free. Next up, we have Mir 4 and Night Crows, both of which are public. We're gonna start with Night Crows, though. I was so hyped about this game when it first was announced, just like I'm hyped about Legend of Ymir. It was a game made by the designers of Mir 4, and I love Mir 4. It was such a shame that it died because of all the bots playing the game. For a while in Mir 4, you could earn good money in 2021. Now, Night Crows is gonna come out, it's gonna fix everything. 7 token system, it looks amazing, it's supposed to feel amazing. And then Night Crows comes out, and they just have this terrible leveling system where to level up to the point where you can earn, it takes so much damn time, sorry for swearing, that I don't know that it's worth it. So I didn't even level up to the point where I can earn. But a lot of people did. A lot of people from my community who have leveled up, who are still playing the game, who are raiding dungeons and playing against bosses together. That was their cup of tea. For me, nah, no way. No way. I just had to say enough is enough. It's just the grind that's not even fun at this point. That was my Night Crows experience. But people did earn. People are still earning in this game, and people are still earning in Mir 4 as well. Maybe not a lot, but consistently. So Night Crows has proven that the 7 token system does work economy-wise. So they have made a token for different kinds of items and gems and shards and all this kind of stuff. They're all tokens, and then they have the main token sort of governing above all of those other tokens. That system apparently works. So those who play Night Crows, they're consistently earning a couple dollars per week, not a lot, but they are earning consistently. Scale this to bigger numbers, add it to Legend of Ymir, and then add everything good we had from Mir 4. Absolutely loved Mir 4. I love farming it, I love playing it, I love earning in it. The way to earn in Mir 4 was by mining. Maybe that was not the best way to do it, but it was sort of my first MMORPG I played that's crypto-based, and I was actually earning money from it, so I hold Mir 4 very fondly. I don't know what's with this crane. Why does it look like I'm watching it on a potato? Anyway, let's look at some of the screenshots. Oh man, I wish the game looked as good as the screenshots do. So both Night Crows and Mir 4 are for mobile and PC, so that leads me to believe maybe Legend of Ymir will be also. Who knows? I don't know how they're gonna port an Unreal Engine 5 game to phones, but you know, maybe they're gonna try. Moving on, we have Space Nation, which is publicly available right now as well. So I have made a video about Space Nation, how to farm their airdrop. So you do play in space. It is called Space Nation. It's a space MMO. Most of the time you're gonna spend in your ship. Sometimes you're gonna go on land to do a little bit of crafting, a little bit of giving quests, receiving quests, and earning points. And they have this huge airdrop that they're doing right now. So I do recommend checking out my full video breakdown on this. Now, when I played this, when I recorded this video, it was still in the gated stages. It was in the early sort of access where you needed a code in order to participate in the airdrop, but right now it's publicly available, so you can download it and start playing right away for free. But then after level 10, you do have to pay for fuel if you want to keep earning the airdrop, keep participating in the airdrop. And without buying that $5 worth of fuel to use for your ship, you're not going to be eligible for the airdrop. So keep this in mind. If you want to just check it out, it is free. But if you want to farm the airdrop, it is not free. It is mandatory to buy that fuel. So a little something to keep in mind. Finally, last but not least, Blade of God X doing a 200,000 reward pool in their third playtest. And I mentioned this in one of my previous videos as well. They partnered up with Tycho and Mantle, giving away 120,000 of MNT and $50,000 worth of Tycho, plus exclusive USDT rewards. So available on Epic Games, even featured, and it's free to play. So let's put it in the public category. Lots of public MMORPGs you can play right now. So this is it. This is the game. It looks pretty cool, doesn't it? It does. It does. I'm not gonna lie. It looks pretty cool. It looks sort of like a more 3D version of Mir 4. They have the airdrop airdrop available. That's the list. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you liked it. Hope you found something funny or interesting. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. I'm leaving.